In this video, what I'm going to do is show you using Screencastomatic how I would create a tutorial for my students to watch at home, and then to ensure that they watch that tutorial, to hold them accountable for viewing it, I will create a Google form, and that form is essentially going to take the form of questions that would be A, their name, B, summarizing what they saw in the tutorial, and C, asking a question. That way it can help drive my instruction the following day if needs be. If they all ask the same question, that means they all misunderstood one thing or need clarification. So the first thing I need to do is create a Google form. So I select create on the left hand side, I go down to the green form, and then what I want to do is title my form. I'm going to call this one video response, and then I'm going to choose the blue template that I like and hit OK. Once we're in, the first thing I'm going to do is scroll up to the top, and I want to check the second box here. So firstly, the students will need to be logged in to their district email, which is their mytusd.org email, to be able to respond to this, and they'll need to be in Haiku because it will be embedded there. And then I can automatically collect their username, which is that email, which is great because if all students respond to their homework, I then have a spreadsheet with all their emails, so if I need to email them with any information, I can do so using the emails that they've just sent me. So the first thing I'm going to do is ask the first question, and that is going to be name, and it would be first name last. Example, Jones Roland, and the reason for this is when the students submit their work, this will be what appears first in the column, so I can actually do an A through Z sort and get my students sorted alphabetically, which makes it easier to grade. And that needs to be not a multiple choice question but a short text response, and I want to make it a required question also. So having done that, I'm going to add an item, and this one will be the question, summarize what you saw in the tutorial video. Make that a required question, hit done, and then finally add item, and here I'm going to put ask a question that clarifies something you need further information on, or simply did not understand. That'll do for now. And I'm going to make that a required question, and I need to make that a paragraph response because hopefully it's going to be reasonably long. I'm going to make that required, done. I'm going to go back to the second one, and I didn't make that a paragraph response, so I'm going to make it a paragraph text to leave space for a longer response, and I'm also going to make it a required question, and done. So I'm done with my form. 3 simple questions. You can actually personalize the response of your form here, so rather than get the generic response has been recorded, you could say thanks for watching and doing your homework. Now I'm going to send the form, and I could link it to my students through an email, but I want to embed this or post it on Haiku, so I select embed. I know that this form is longer than 500 pixels in height, so I'm going to leave it by default for now so you can see how it looks incorrect on the page. So let's press Ctrl C, copy this embed code and hit done. I'm going to go to Haiku, and on my Screencastomatic page I'm going to add a content block. I'm going to embed the web because I'm going to embed that code, copy paste the code that we just selected from the Google form. I'm going to embed that code right here. Excuse me. I'm going to call this video response. I'm going to place this at the bottom on the left hand side. It will end up appearing just beneath this very video. And you see that we made it 500 pixels in height. Well, that's not going to work on this form. If a student was using an iOS device or an Android device, they couldn't scroll down within this page, so they would never have the opportunity to submit their work. So what we need to do within Haiku is make sure that we've made this the correct length. So if I go back and edit this very quickly, select Manage Block and Edit, what I can do is I can go in and view the code that we pasted from the Google form, and I can change the height right here. It says it's 500 pixels. Let's make it 750 and hit save. And for some reason it looks like it didn't save, so I'm going to try that again. Edit, view code, height 750. Oh, that's interesting. It is the correct height. I'm going to save it. And is that long enough? Yeah, we can see the submit. So even though we have this, we can still see the submit, so students can submit their work. So that's fine. Okay, so the next thing I would want to do is I would want to bring into this screen right here the very screencast I'm making right now with Screencastomatic. And when I see you in class on Friday, that will be there. I hope you found this a useful screen capture recording, thanks to Screencastomatic.